When you try to understand the things that are happening now, you begin to question a lot of things in your mind. That's why it is very important for you to know how to construct WH questions. On this part of the lesson, you will be knowing how to form such questions under corresponding short replies. WH questions are also called open questions, with the exemption of the question word how, because all the question words begin with the letters W and H, such as who, what, when, why, how, and where. Let's start with who. It is used to obtain information about a person or people. Say for an instance, you want to know who is knocking at the door. So the question would be, who is at the door? So the appropriate response would be, Nathan is at the door. Who wants an apple? The response is, I want an apple. The next type of WH question is what. It is used to request information about somebody or something. Examples. What is this? This is an online class. What have they done? The next type of WH question is when. It is used to obtain information about the time period in which an action occurred. Examples. When does Sophia arrive? The appropriate response would be, she arrives at 10:30. The next example is, when can I see you again? The response is, I don't know. The next type is where. It is used to obtain information about the location of a person or thing. Examples. Where does Estela live? The response is, she lives in Tacurong City. Where have you been? The response is, we have been at the bank. The next type of WH question is why. Why is used to obtain information about the reason something happens or the reason somebody does something. Examples. Why is the street closed? The response is, they are repairing it. The second example is, why did Floro leave? The response would be, he had a meeting. The last type of WH question, which is the exemption, is how. It is used to obtain information about the way something happens, or the manner or way somebody behaves or does something. For example, how does this work? The response is, push the red button. The second example is, how was your mother? The appropriate response would be, she was much better. So how do you respond to WH questions? You need to take down note of it. WH questions ask for information and we do not expect a yes or no answer. We expect an answer which gives information. For example, where's the coffee machine? Meaning, we expect an answer about the location of the coffee machine. It could be, it's in the next room to the reception. Second example, how old is your dog? So we expect an answer about the age of the dog. So the appropriate response could be, she's about 5. I'm not very sure. So how do we form WH questions? So it is very important to know it. We usually form WH questions with, of course, WH plus an auxiliary verb Be, which is or are, do or have, plus the subject, plus the main verb, or with WH, plus a modal verb, plus the subject, and plus the main verb. Examples. When are you leaving? Where do you live? What has she done now? Who would she stay with? Who's paying the bills? Why didn't he call me? Why have they decided? Where should I park? So that is how you form the WH questions. Take note also that when you are using is, it is used for singular subjects and are for plural subjects. Let's try to look at these examples. Where is your spaceship? Notice that the subject is singular, which is spaceship. So we use is. On the second example, what are your plans? Since the subject is plural, which is plans, we need to use are. So now, are you ready to answer the questions about WH questions?